Students shouldn't be praised for perfect attendance in school. It seems like perfect attendance awards are either saying, "Congrats on being naturally healthier than other people and never getting sick," or, "Congrats on coming to school while you were sick and exposing everyone to your funk." Either way, I think it's weird. Mental health, abnormal painful menstruation, all around abnormal health, all leading to appointments and simple stay-home days. I've only once received an award. It was a ribbon for not missing a single day in 6 weeks. A monumental achievement for me. I do hate a focus on attendance. I always kept up with work and my grades never faltered, other than the second half of senior year. They always say you can't learn or won't do well if absent, but it's simply not true. Though of course, there are exceptions. But there is still an unhealthy emphasis on attendance. At graduation, there is an award. A kid hadn't missed a day since 3rd grade. What the hell was wrong with him? Honesty. He's superhuman. I can't say he's mentally sound because 3rd grade. Kid must have broken down if an appointment was only available during school hours. Maybe he didn't get anything treated and had screwed up teeth. Or maybe he was actually superhuman and never ever had anything go wrong ever. Or what about young kids? Tardy slips are stupid. What 7-year-old has the ability to get themselves to school? At that age, if they're late, it's the parents/caregiver's fault. The kid shouldn't be punished since they have no control over when they arrive at school. I hate this one. As the perfectionist student, I strove for perfect attendance for the best grades possible, to the point I didn't go on some family vacations because I thought I'd be missing too much class. Even as a child, I created my own study time on vacation. There was a breaking point eventually in college where I finally didn't feel like I had to basically surrender all that time to class, but 3 absence total policies still forced me to go even when it wasn't necessarily needed or wanted. First absence whatever, second absence warned, third absence letter grade for entire class dropped by 1 despite best efforts, fourth absence you fail even if you have an A. The breaking point had to do with PTSD, so it was really awkward telling teachers about. I had several A's drop to B's and several 3 absence WTF talks with teachers who told me to stay after class. Exactly my thoughts? Do they expect us to be 100% physically and mentally healthy all the time? Why does it always have to be a sign of weakness when you take a day off? There are companies nowadays who equates productivity to perfect attendance, so they give their employees a bonus when they don't miss a day. It's as if we become productive on those sick days. Ha! I wonder what's with that mentality. Perfect here. Perfect there. Can't they see we are all human beings here? Schools get money based on certain attendance days. Sucks, yes. Working in a school, though, I have kids tell me my mom didn't want to get up yesterday. I woke up my dad but he went back to sleep. I had to watch my little brothers while my parents worked. I teach 2nd grade. On the other side, there are parents that give their kids Tylenol in the morning and the kid has a fever by noon, but no one ever comes to get them and they are back the next day. Sadly, most the time this is because parents doesn't have sick days, they don't work, they can't make rent. Attendance is important to a degree. Kids do fall behind, missing 2 or 3 days a month, and if they don't do make up work. However, as someone who caught every round of strep throat as a child and had horrific period cramps, I get it on that end. On another interesting note, I got in trouble with the courts my junior year for not going enough after my dad died. I went back and the math teacher basically told me, "I hope you catch up." Before the end of that class, I was teaching the kids behind me the material. Needless to say, she didn't like me so much. I know it as, let's turn children into corporate slaves. I've never been dinged for missing a day or 2. But I once got a B for the entire term for not participating in the 10-minute group drills at the beginning of class. Instead, I completed the current chapter for the day and aced every test and completed every assignment. So in the same regard, students shouldn't be dinged for being absent or not participating if they do the damn work. It's a bad habit to engrave in a child. Everyone gets sick, and it's not the end of the world when you don't come. By learning this, as adults, they come to work while being sick and spread it. It's a simple award for showing up. It's basically a participation award. I see no problem giving that to someone who was lucky enough not to get drastically sick. You guys are acting like the school is telling kids to come in no matter what. Yeah. I had one professor that was handing out 2% extra credit for having perfect attendance. The one day I missed class was because I had surgery. Even hobbled my way to class that following Monday. Told me I still missed class so I couldn't get the extra credit. Not everybody can be super smart or talented, but showing up every single day takes diligence and deserves an attaboy. LOL. Have you ever heard of ADA? Average daily attendance is money for the school. Nothing under the sun is straightforward. It all has an underlying meaning. Yeah. I'm a mid-90s student, I have a heart condition. Couldn't exempt exams because I had too many appointments, along with normal sick days and stuff. I think they wanted an incentive to make people come to school and not skip, but it really doesn't work out well. It should be a more personal thing where your teachers just assess whether they believe you're putting in an honest effort, and doing good enough in each class, no matter how many days you've missed. They should be praised if they have perfect attendance despite being sick or missing out a day of work, etc. I know I had to juggle stuff to get near perfect attendance at college. I had to skip going out, etc. cause I had class the next day. It sucked, but you need good attendance to get into uni and it helps with getting a job for your CV. If you have poor attendance due to flunking class or whatever, then people will be less likely to hire you since they don't want a flaky employee. Although sick days are obviously allowed.